When calculating the floor area of a property, you may want to exclude sections that do not meet certain thresholds, such as where there is reduced head height due to a low ceiling, or where parts of the room are inaccessible due to features such as columns. Scribe is able to make these calculations automatically, and it is possible for you to define what the thresholds for exclusion are in the Sketch profile. For information on accessing and editing profiles, check out the link in the description. Firstly, if we go to the Measurement Types tab and open the Net Internal Area measurement type, here we can see the configuration settings for what is and isn't included in the area calculation. In this case, we're just going to make sure that low head height areas are excluded and that columns and areas within the unusable threshold are excluded too. Next, we go to Global Settings and check what the threshold values for low head height and unusable areas are. In this case they look fine, so we'll leave them as they are and go to a plan that uses that profile. So here we have a plan that has a total area of 25 meters squared, but we're going to add a section with low head height in the bedroom and a column in the bathroom to create an unusable area. In sketch mode, we will change the height of this wall to be below the threshold value. We also need to change the height of each side of the walls touching our lowered wall so it forms a sloped ceiling. We can now see a grey area that represents the portion of the floor area that has a head height lower than the 1.5 meter threshold. Next, we will drag a column into the plan and place it in the middle of the bathroom. If we go back to calculate mode, we can see that the low ceiling area is depicted and labelled, and that the calculated area has been reduced to take this into account, along with the column. Because none of the area around the column is under the unusable area threshold, the rest of the bathroom is counted as normal. If we now move the column closer to the corner of the room, we can see that the unusable area threshold has now been triggered, and the area calculation has again been updated to show that. Using these functions, you can set up rules and thresholds to ensure that the area calculation given meets the requirements of any guidelines you may be following.